Hi everyone, this is another reading from my book Pieces, 52 short stories about being human. Today's chapter is number 21 called Community, and this is the part of paragraph that I have selected to read. Being born into the age of the individual and Walt Disney's Prince Charming, I was so focused on finding the man that will be the answer to all my prayers that I was blind to the fact that I simply do not need one. That with my tribe of amazing, loving, supportive women, I can be a mother, a lover, a woman, a writer, a teacher, a therapist, and whatever else I wish to be, just by myself. Expecting all our needs to be met by one person only for the rest of our lives is complete madness, in my opinion. I know now that I do not need a romantic partner nor a child to avoid growing old alone. There are billions of people on this planet. As long as you're willing to connect, there will be someone to connect with. So this chapter obviously explains the title explains what it's about. It was my realization of how important a community actually is, and to kind of come to an understanding what it means to me. And yes, it can mean a community in your neighborhood, with your neighbors and the shopkeepers and postmen, whatever in your area. But it also can mean community all over the world, like online. It can also mean community of mothers if you have a child. It can mean community around certain hobby, like for me, horse riding or dancing. It has lots of variations, but I think what I kind of came to understand that I needed to create and cultivate and look after my community. So people, to choose wisely people who form my community, and then kind of nourish those relationships. And I also realized that kind of several kind of like circles to it, like the closest circle were the best of friends, and then the wider circle of kind of more acquaintances, but people I still really enjoy spending time with and would be willing to help, obviously the call. And I know, and from experience, they have been very helpful, although we are not particularly close friends. There's still enough sense of belonging there, enough love between us to still be helpful to each other and be kind to each other. And then there's that circle of the people that are part of my life through their work. So whether it's therapists or shopkeepers, people that I have little conversations with, and that we actually know a little bit of each other, and it just makes you feel at home, makes you feel like you're part of something. It makes you feel safe, and I really like that. I do have chats with the shopkeepers in my area that I shop there often, and nowadays it's hard to know the name of your postman. Sorry, there's some people walking past making noise, but it's because the postmen are always different. I don't keep seeing just one person, but I can know the name of the guys from the coffee shop and of the guys that sell the fruit and vegetables, and people from the bakery, because I'm there fairly often, so I can chat to them. And it's nice. It gives you that sense of safety, which is, I think, a big part of being part of a community. But also, having created my own community, my own tribe, it gives me sense of support and belonging, trust, that I have people I can talk to, people I can lean on, and of course they can talk to me and lean on me. And that's a big part of, I suppose, what I would expect of a relationship, romantic relationship. And having this, I don't feel like I'm missing out by being single. So I think, nuclear family, like, mom, dad, and children, it's kind of new invention. It really only after the Second World War, when it became more common, that you wouldn't live with your parents and that you wouldn't know your neighbors, because there was big movement into cities, and the local communities kind of got fractured. And of course it was necessary. Some progress needed to be made, because things had to change to kind of go along with how the world was developing. But we have also lost a lot by that, and it became harder to bring children up. It's because it's so isolating now, and women are kind of expecting of themselves. It's not necessarily what society puts on them, or what they put on themselves, to be able to do full-time job bringing a child up, and doing the full-time job looking after the home, and doing the full-time job of work, and having a career. And they live in lives of 3 people, and then they're wondering why they're breaking down and tired and exhausted, because it's just too much. And it didn't used to be like that, because when you had that safe community where everyone looked after everyone else, things were simpler and things were easier, and we didn't have other benefits that we have now. But I think it'd be great if we could bring at least some of it back, if it could become common again, to know the names of the people that live around you, and for your children to be able to play outside, when you know that everyone's looking out for them, and that everyone knows their name, and that your children know everyone around it, and know who is a stranger and who is safe. That you have such community that you are able to leave your child with your neighbor while you pop down somewhere in emergency or whatever, like that doesn't happen anymore. Or being able to go to your neighbor for milk, sugar when the shops are closed. I mean, there's not many shops that are closed nowadays. So all these things, we kind of lost out, I think, because of the convenience world we've created. But I think those relationships are really beneficial to our well-being as well. I know it makes me feel good when people smile at me, when they know my name, when they talk to me, when I am buying their produce. It feels nice, and it does bring up happy hormones or whatever, happy feelings, and it kind of sets you up for the day. And you can make friends in kind of really unexpected places and unexpected ways. People that are there for you in situations that are really dire. And I've learned that because I've been in difficult situations, and the people that came to my aid were not necessarily the best of friends, but they were part of my community. And I think we can really make a big difference to the world. In general, we start by helping each other in our small circles and communities. And you can just start by learning the name of the shopkeeper of the shop where you go almost daily, and maybe making the move and going knock on the door of your next door neighbor and just ask them how they are, and maybe organize a little neighborhood party, in a street or something, or invite them over for barbecue, or things like that. Just ask them to look after your cat or offer to look after theirs. Just little things. Organizing like charity events in your local area, and or events for children, so they can get to know each other. There's so much that can be done, that can be fun, and that can connect us on a human level again. So it's not just social media that we connected on, but we actually connect in reality. So yeah, let me know what you think and how you create your communities and what you do to get to know people in your area. I'll be really interested to know, because I've just moved to a new area, so I'm always looking for inspiration. All right, well, that's on community, and obviously more about all this in my book. So feel free to have a read. You can get the book on Amazon in both the digital and printed version. Speak to you soon.